our 6-time world champion of the sport, Steph Gilmore, and she takes on Johanne Defay and Alessa Quizon here in contestable, rippable conditions in Brazil. Steph Gilmore, of course, one of her more disappointing years last year, finishing outside of the top 10. And then, well, a series of injuries kept Steph Gilmore way out of the discussion. And, well, Carissa Moore snatched that third world title last year. Let's have a look at Steph here. She's been in good form here in 2016, again, as you would expect from her pedigree. And Carissa Moore on the replay there, Pete. Just a couple of swoops for our lady in red.
Well, she got out of the gates and is going to score something probably pretty good. It's in the good range for sure. She was able to get that first move off and the finish. And judges are liking it as you start to see the first inclinations of this score. You know, it's going to be around, looks like about a 7, maybe 7.5. Now, who knows?
Well, the last time Steph Gilmore was on the podium was a Qashqai Women's Pro in 2014 for the win. Let's have a look here at Alessa Quizon, as this is her first offering of this round 1 heat. Nice backhand snap for her. She moves it through to the inside. The young Hawaiian posting her first ride here, and kind of hung on right at the end there for not much reward as she moved right through to the inside zone there. Steph Gilmore, a 7.33. It's now an official score. Some of the judges visiting the 8s there, Pete, but it averages out at the 7.33.
Yeah, well, we got 5 judges. 2 judges gave it an 8. 3 judges gave it a 7 as we watch the replay here. Nice vertical approach from Alessa Quizon. You know, this way, if she waits patiently for it to steepen up one more time, and then again gets the closeout move. So a pretty good start here for Alessa. You know, she is in a relationship with one of the championship tour men, Kaioi Belly. You've got the Rip Curl Bells Beach, which are a combined event. You've got the Drug Aware Margaret River Pro, and then here the Oe Rio Pro, all combined.
Wow. Defay will go over the rooftop there for an incomplete, and while she locks and loads and goes back to the lineup, we're going to go down to Kaipo, who's with our heat winner.
Back to this heat, Alessa Quizon gets that 5.0, which gets her in contention here. And well, now Pete, just has to be very smart and keep building from there.
Tell you what happened was Defay gave away priority, and now Steph has found a runner. There's that beautiful wrap from her. She's perfected that thing at Snapper Rock. She applies it now to this running right-hander in Brazil. And through to the next section is Steph Gilmore, keeping the rails working, the boards light, and a little boost through the section there, and a big squared out turn. So a little punctuation conclusion.
Huge score. That's going to be a big one, you know, and the reason being, you look at the outside work she did. She was able to jam down the line, and you can see a little bit of a bit of disgust there from Johanne Defay. But let's just take a look at this replay here. So a long section in the very beginning, she had to chase it down. Once she gets there, she just lays into this one and right back into a bottom turn and a snap. So no pump, no, you know, the board just went straight from rail one side right to the inside rail, and then back to that outside rail again. So, you know, bottom turning, everything put together, and then the finish. You know, she was able to get that right on the shore break, get the final move. I think this is going to be a gigantic score.
She's feeling all light and fluffy, and well, check out the numbers. An 8.6, Pete. Add that to the 7.33 for the 15.93. It's combo land, as people affectionately say it, for the rest of the field here with 18.
Unless you're the surfer in that white or blue jersey, anyway, it's not that affectionate. You know, being in combo land is not fun. That means that you need to have 2 scores to total 15.94, which means you split that in half. You're looking at a couple 8s in order to turn this heat. So the pressure is on for these 2 competitors.
First.
Yes.
Then Mexico City second, right? New York third, by the way. And let's have a look at this. Defay will come out with a beautiful wrap. She needs to unlock the combination. That's the state of it here in this heat. And that's a nice delivery for Defay. Beautiful rail work for her. Remember that she has a championship tour win last year at Huntington Beach. So we expect something from her. We want a little fight back here. But meanwhile, it's absolute control here in the lineup, in the takeoff zone. Another big click, and now a beautiful slam for Gilmore, and well, her first error of the heat.
Wow, you know, I think that was another way that we could have seen go upwards into the excellent range, but unfortunately the fall.
Quizon here on another wave in the set. Backhand pivot for her. and she'll come around that broken section. And 14 minutes still to go. Quizon and Defay have got some work ahead.
They sure do, you know. And Steph, well, that was a close one to even add more points to her two-wave total. Again, just that first turn searing, and then you know, unfortunately for her, going down on that next turn. Let's take a look at Johanne Defay in her second attempt in this heat. You know, one of the things we've seen from Johanne this year is some innovation. We saw her throw up the frontside rail grab reverse. You know, it was exciting, didn't expect it. And then we see this wave here from Steph Gilmore, just unleashing that first turn and trying to do it again on the final maneuver, but just can't hang on. And then Alessa Quizon, you know, this was the kind of the third wave of the set, not quite as big. Had some opportunity there, nice turn, and then there just didn't quite get up and over. It kind of turned underneath the section, but that will be her best wave so far with the Australian Open and in Newcastle. So some big events happening there.
Well, Johanne Defay did start this year out quite well, as we see her out on the open face here. She was a semi-finalist on the Gold Coast, Pete. Courtney Conlog taking her out in that semi-final. In fact, she finished way ahead of Steph Gilmore because of the injuries. Steph finished 12th. But let's have a look at the heat recap here. It pretty much is the Stephanie Gilmore story. This is that 7.33 right at the beginning to set the tone of the heat here. And then she would shortly back it up with an 8.6 beat.
Yeah, and that was it right there. Loads into it, but see how no hesitation between the transition straight into the layback snap. That combination of major maneuvers, part of the criteria, the speed, power, and flow, which she carried throughout that maneuver. She was able to finish and complete that wave right there on the sand. Again, great score into the excellent range with an 8.6. This is the best wave from Johanne Defay, a 6.17. Got her out of combo, but now needs a 9.76. That is a score that you can do it on one wave, but we have yet to see a score that high today. Alessa Quizon, a pair of 5s, 5.0 and a 5.33. She sits in second, but still in a combo situation where she needs 2 scores. You know, she needs to get above a 6 to get out of that combo.
Now let's have a look at Quizon. Seems to be some of the second and third waves of the set just wall up a little more. And here we go for the young Hawaiian. She'll get a little snap as well, and oh, she'll push through. Now, is the opportunity on the inside. Little change of direction, little snap, and well, the body language pretty much says it with 1 minute 40 on the clock.
So it's not easy to do.
It's not the regular script, right?
No, it isn't.
Especially when you're up against a 6-time world champion, Steph Gilmore. Beautiful snap for her. She surfs through the 1 minute remaining mark here. This will be a victory lap run onto the inside. Already owns an 8.6 and a 7.33. And she'll be very happy with this performance in round 1. In fact, she will go highest heat total of the round. Of course, Tyler posting a 15.1. Conlog logs in a 14.76 for the play of the word there. But Steph Gilmore, great job done here with now 30 seconds to go.
So there might be some high quality surf at that lower portions of the day. The winds are supposed to be pretty good still.
Yeah, so Pete, we might, I mean, it's always up to the commissioner, right, but we might see just a slightly later start, right? Trying to get past the high tide bump on the graph.
Could be
tomorrow,
but I would
possibly.
say that you're probably going to be early call time.